It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see Jordan Love. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Packers and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a venue and a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we...
The punter, Jack Fox, to get this one started. And away we go from Wisconsin. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. Bringing them out, someone who wowed last year in his first chance as a starter, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 2nd and 3 now.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32, on target to Musgrave. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they bring him down around the 34. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Love from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Love out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Love to throw again. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
The gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Shotgun now for Love. Then he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Khalif Raymond to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, he experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
And you could feel it, Kate. He wasn't content at any point of last week's game. As he led them to a win, he kept pushing higher and higher. 300 yards, 350, 400, and he was still thriving, driving the ball downfield as the game ended with a good bit over 400 yards. With this mindset, that's the minimum bar for him to attack this week.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the shotgun, Goff hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
St. Brown's got it, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing again, it's Goff. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Love taking a deep shot here. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And now it's 2nd down.
He was defended by Emmanuel Mosley.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Play fake, it's Love. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And it sets up 2nd down.
Coverage by Terrion Arnold.
Jacobs running behind center. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing, Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
So no return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. First down throw from Goff. And no luck there, and that throw falls to the ground.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap here to Goff. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Packers will take over possession. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Hauled in by Musgrave. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Fix the handoff, now Love. Buying some time left. And this time they're gonna get there, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're gonna get out there to check on him. Again, Daniel Whelan heading out for another punt. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be their football. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. So it'll be 2nd down. Here's Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Tight end in motion left. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Jair Alexander with the stop. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. One of the tight ends motioning right. 2nd and 8. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Goff on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now they're staring at 4th and long. It'll be another punt. Jack Fox out there once again. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. He breaks the tackle. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Looking for Christian Watson that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Pratt throwing here. He's on the move. He takes it himself.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
From the gun on 3rd down. That's incomplete left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up. Daniel Whelan on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Javon Bullard bringing that play to an end. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 37, finds Laporta. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Goff on 1st and 10. And a man is there to knock that away. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. So 2nd down coming up. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That was Kenny Clark on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. From the gun, Goff. He gets this one to Peoples-Jones. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. No gain on that play, and this is how we'll end the 1st quarter. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They've got 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt, and they're going to take over possession. They motion the tight end over. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Able to find Peoples-Jones here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Gibbs now from the gun. Broke through the tackle. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Goff to the air now. He finds Laporta. He's contained at the line for no gain. That was Kenny Clark on the tackle.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Ball start offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And that is where they'll start the next drive. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
On second down, Jacobs. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Throwing on second and real long here. Taken in by Dobbs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Up from the secondary, and it's Rake Straw on the tackle. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Here's Pratt. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. They'll motion him out of the backfield. On first down, it's Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Jair Alexander with the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Goff. It's taken in by Williams. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Lions the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Devon Bullard bringing that play to an end. after a good pickup. They've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 43. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. There's an injury out there after the play, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's being looked at by the medical staff. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. He's got the 1st and more inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
1st down, Lions.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
He brings it in. Touchdown, Detroit. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Point after converted from Badgley. And the Lions take a 4-point lead.
7. Packers 3.
Fox now to kick this one away. Nixon now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Packers all set to get back out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll run it. This is A.J. Dillon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Watson with the catch. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Looking to throw, Pratt. This is reeled in by Reed. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Packers, first down.
Pratt looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 3. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Here's Raymond on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. First down throw from Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And he goes out, just needed one more step there. So the red challenge flag has hit the field. Matt LaFleur wants to see this again.
Previous play is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this. He did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Packers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll go again with Dillon. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He's got Watson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. We've got whistles after the play as we have somebody shaken up, and that's Luke Musgrave in need of some attention out there. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Now Pratt. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout, that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Packers send out their punting unit. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Lions offense returning to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Pass complete to Gibbs. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Quay Walker. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Goff. This is hauled in by Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds Laporta. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. Throwing again. It's Goff. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future. You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Packers will take over possession. Pratt throwing here. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Pratt to throw it. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Dobbs. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. 1st and 10 from the 41. They are throwing it again. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
He was defended by Kirby Joseph.
Now it's Pratt. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. That's halftime here in Green Bay. The Cheeseheads with plenty to cheer about as their Packers have the lead. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. J.J. McCarthy leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Aaron Rodgers strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Caleb Williams strong in the victory as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down. Here's Goff. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's into the hands of Dobbs. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Dillon gets it going right. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. And he gets him around 6 there. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Offense to the line for 2nd down. A handoff right for Dillon. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Dillon on the carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing is gone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Fair catch made here at the 30. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They've got 1st down from the 31. Play fake, it's Love. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down throw, here's Love. Throwing the out route, complete. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play. 2nd down now, 7 to go. On the ground, Dillon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Completes this one to Kraft. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. Gets this one to Watson. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They'll go from the gun with Lloyd. He's got a gain of 6 there. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
Gain of 6 brings up 3rd and 1.
Love from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
It's Dillon here on second down. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Love out of the shotgun. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers make it a 9-point advantage. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Here's Raymond on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Goff on 1st and 10. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Goff on 3rd. Pass taken in by St. Brown. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They bring a tight end in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Devon Bullard bringing that play to an end. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Goff. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at a 4th down. The Lions readying for the punt. Jack Fox will kick it away. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Packers are going to have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. To the air with Love. Throw left side, complete. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the 1st.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, now Love. Finds a seam down the middle. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Dillon punches it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers make it a 16-point ball game. A.J. Dillon, the touchdown. Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers take a 3-possession lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Sending a receiver left. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
St. Brown there to bring it in.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Goff now on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Now begin the drive with Dillon. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Second down now, 7 to go. Going right back to Dillon. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Love. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And the Lions will go on offense. On 1st down, it's Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They bring the tight end in motion. To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Packers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Throwing, Love. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
He breaks a tackle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. The Packers send out their punting unit. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. They've got 1st down from the 31. Rush coming for Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Gibbs now from the gun. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. It's a pickup of 4 yards, and that leaves him with 3rd and 14. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He gets this one to Peoples-Jones. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Detroit.
Goff setting to throw. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. So that brings up 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Goff. Gets it to him on the screen. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Goff to the air now. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll run. It's Gibbs. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Lions get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Nixon now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home teams are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. And he's brought down after a short gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Love from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Love out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of sand, Caden, realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
Broke through the tackle. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now Goff. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Packers will take over possession. Dillon, a 1st down carry. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Love looking to pass. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Throwing his love on third. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Goff on 1st and 10. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Williams coming in motion right. Goff on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Desperation time here on 4th. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Packers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Takes the handoff, now Love. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun give now to Dillon. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And it goes the distance, touchdown Green Bay! The Packers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. A.J. Dillon, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers take a 3-possession lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Here's Raymond on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Their offense ready to take the field now. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 5. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing is gone. Dumped off to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. They are throwing it again. Montgomery hauls this one in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there. You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
They'll go for it. Goff. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Out of the shotgun, Goff connects with Montgomery. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
David Montgomery.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First down is right.
Motioning the tight end left. They go play action with Goff. Still on his feet. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
24-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Goff. He's got Khalif Raymond. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Packers have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Now after that snap, there's an injured Lion still out there. We'll get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Dillon. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They go with Dillon on the run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They'll go again with Dillon. And he's brought down for a loss. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers close to picking up their 5th win. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Running up the middle, Dillon. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. From his end zone, he gets the kick away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's taken in by Williams. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down, ball at the 36.
And the Lions first down.
From the gun, Goff. Finds him over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. Trying to set this up quick.
A 3-yard pickup.
Off play action, Goff.
At the 33-yard line.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up fourth down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Shakes himself free. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on fourth down.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Out now runs the Packer offense. And we'll see if those 3 timeouts get used defensively, Brock, but this one is over either way. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll give this up the middle to Dillon. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.